Okay guys, so last time what we left off with is I put some of these L brackets in here and I was hoping to be able to screw the bumper part onto it, but that really wasn't working, and I came up with an even better plan where I bolted in here a piece of metal that we bent up, and it's real sturdy, and that's going to allow us to take the fender and pull it to line perfectly up with this, and then I'm going to take some fiberglass on the inside and then we're going to fill the whole thing. Now what I'm going to have to do is probably use screws because I don't think the rivets are going to be long enough to reach here, and I'm probably going to have to screw it in here since this is all going to have to be flexed. And I also went ahead and ground down all that surface rust and primed all that and used, if you've never used this, it's actually pretty good stuff, this rust dissolver down in this heavy area here that was actually starting to rust away just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and film it where I'm putting this up, and then we're going to start riveting in the panel here. One more thing that I did off camera is cut the edge here that I showed you guys in the last video, and I'll show you that once I place it on so you guys can see everything, the progress I did off camera. I'm gonna pull this down and get that screwed in.
Okay.
Right there.
Do you want me to screw it or?
Yeah, if you can. It's gonna, you have to go through. You might slip.
Right there.
I kept slipping with it. Yeah.
Right in.
Yeah, be careful. Don't slip and go into your fingers. There you go. Perfect.
Good?
Yeah, actually that's really good. I brought it down. Alright guys, so alignment towards the back here now is going to be quite a bit off, so we're going to have to do some sort of filling. That was expected. Now what I did here was secured it with self-tapping screws, and then I'm going to take each one out, drill out the hole to 3/16, and we're going to rivet it. So this is the rivet gun that I picked up from Harbor Freight. So first time using this specific gun, really first time riveting any type of automobile application. Growing up, my dad worked on airplanes and I helped him rivet up some seats, so I have used a gun before, but it's probably been 15 years or more since I've even done one of these. So kind of excited to learn this again, and what I went with was these 3/16 rivets from Harbor Freight. This one does come with a little bit of each, so that's kind of cool. This whole setup here was $10 on a special that I got. It was a 30% discount, so really excited about how inexpensive this was, and it has a swivel head, so we'll see how good it is. Now what I've already done is went ahead and drilled it out here, and we're going to rivet it there. Now my main objective here was to get this to line up. What we're going to do is do a filling. We're basically going to fiberglass it on the inside, and then we're going to fill it upwards like this, and we're going to try to basically blend it back this way. So that's why I made sure this was lined up. This kind of comes in a little bit here, but that's all going to level out because we're going to cover the screws here, and I tried to use flatter screws. I might have to put one or two more in here just to secure this. Then, as you guys saw earlier, I went ahead and took out these heavier head bolts and put in more flat screws into here to secure this, and that's because I want to fiberglass over these and blend all of that. So I'm hoping to get all of this kind of hidden because we had to do so many different holes trying to get this thing to line up, and I'm just hoping that I can kind of blend everything. Next, you're going to see I'm just going to basically rivet along here to tighten up all this, and we're going to pull this up here and get it along here and rivet it as well. I think we're going to have to sand along the door line just because it shifted this way a little bit, but all of this is going to happen over time, or possibly on this video. Hopefully we can get a lot of the riveting done. So stay tuned. I'm going to set up the rivet gun and start riveting. All right, guys, so it's been probably about a couple of weeks since I've been working on this, and then all of a sudden we got hit with this whole virus thing, and I've been working on tons of other projects. I'm totally fine, guys, just so you know, and I wanted to fill you in. I've gotten a lot done kind of off camera, just playing around with things. We've got a lot of rivets put in. I've evened out a lot of this up here, kind of blended all this, and just now I said, let me try to get this side skirt on, and of course, one more major issue. Hopefully we can see over here. The side skirt's made for the 50mm front fenders. So what I want to do is we're going to customize this front. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but what I think I'm going to do is trim that part off and get this to slide up under there really nicely, and hopefully we can do some fiberglass fabricating and make it look really nice. Now back here is starting to line up pretty nice. I've got these basically ramps slid up under there to kind of keep it in position, and the only thing I'm going to have to really do is grind this down once we get it all placed in. So I'm going to basically right now line all this up, start screwing it in. You guys will see that as well as I'm doing that, and I'm going to walk around and show you where I'm at. So my next step here, I've got this really nicely in there, is to fiberglass from the inside, and then we're going to do some heavy blending there, probably take these tail lights out, get all the blending done up in here. But I think it's going to start fitting really nicely, guys. This side is coming out extremely nice. I've got the gas cap lined up and it is opening, so I basically had to put a screw up top, screw down in these two corners here that held that there, and we can obviously fiberglass filler over that, and then kind of blend everything together because we've got to get some more rivets up here. I've got to grind some of this down here since it goes too far past the edge, and then same thing on the door here. I just have to do a little bit of grinding, and then we're gonna have the same thing with the panel there. But I think it's coming out really nice. I figured it's a new day, let me fill you in on where I'm at. I'm gonna set up and we're gonna get this thing kind of screwed in, and probably the next video will be modifying this to fit nicely, and we'll be kind of on the home stretch to where we need to do all the body work once we're there, so we can actually probably get the wheels back on very soon and kind of back it up and work on this in an easier place, because right now it's kind of jammed up in this area. So let me go ahead and get set up. We're going to look at how that kind of goes in. Hopefully this thing goes in nicely and we can come up with a good way to modify that front. So we've got the side skirt on there. It's holding up by its own weight. As you guys saw, I used the bigger self-tapping screws. Those are going to come out, and I'm going to rivet them in along here and maybe back here too. But a lot of this is going to need a crazy amount of body work. As you guys saw, I was grinding down this corner, and unfortunately I slipped with the tool and hit this. So I created more body work, unfortunately, and I've already got a lot to do up in this area here, because I had to kind of cut all that out. So I'm gonna have to put a sheet of fiberglass behind that, and I just had to create it so that I could open and close the door. Other than that, the fitment's not too bad. This little edge here can now actually be pressed up in there, and we can create a nice straight line here that's flush, and so that won't be bad. This is going to be a pain in the ass to fill because it's just more work to do. And I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this front, but I know I will come up with something that'll look really cool, because I like the way this thing flows, and really it's just got to kind of come in here. So I might have to do a ton of cutting on that. I might pull it back off to do that. But I just wanted to get this up in here and kind of get a better idea of how it's going to fit. But I might take all this out, go ahead and do the body work on it, and then get it all back in there correctly. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's coming along. It's a lot of work, like I said, from day one. Way more than I originally thought it was going to be. But I'm kind of glad I did go with the fiberglass kit, because I can really manipulate it. We can cut it, we can fill it, and then we'll be able to use the fiberglass filler and everything to kind of cover up any of these problems, because you can go real heavy with that stuff. Like I said, this is kind of lining up all nicely. We'll get that bottom side skirt panel on there, and hopefully be able to get these wheels back on and get her backed up so we can get her out here and kind of get a better idea of the overall look of this entire thing. So next episode, hopefully I'll finish up the side skirts, and we'll start working on a little bit of the body work, which will come as a complete episode of body work, wrap paint, whatever we decide to go with. But I wanted to keep filling you in. This is going to be an awesome project at the end. Just keep in mind, if you're looking to do this yourself and you have any sort of damage or any sort of non-lining up framework or anything like that, it could be a pain in the ass. Even with a straight body, I guarantee you this kit is not easy to put on. But If you have any questions, you decide to do it, please fill me in. I would love to help you guys out. Once again, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week. Stay safe out there. I know that a lot of you guys are home right now, quarantined, just watching these videos. So I'm trying to get as many of them out there as I can on all the different vehicles. Have a great day, guys. Until next time.